daily vlog, another episode. I started writing down my personal goals as I was reflecting on what the past school year has been like. And so I wrote out my personal goals map here, and there's a link to it on my blog as well. But I said that I was going to go through it a little more in depth, and I'm kind of doing this for the Gary Vee style of content creation, which is do a long form audio thing like a podcast or a daily vlog or something like that, and then to be able to pull snippets of that and then create some media from there. So I'm going to give that a try. But anyway, getting started here, the personal goals map. So this form that I'm using has 8 different areas of your life, and then it has you write out your goals for those using things like this. I can just show you the form here. Immediate goals, attainable goals, and visionary goals. So there's kind of a time element to it. So I'm going to start on the inside circle and talk about the present moment in each of the different areas and what my goals for those particular things are. So I'm going to start over with friends here. And what I have there is to have coffee and to work out. I want to have coffee with friends. I want to work out with friends. For my family, thinking as to my personality and that type of thing, some things that I need to work on is to be encouraging and to show a lot of love. So my goal is to encourage and love all of them for who they are and what they're doing with themselves, because they're pretty awesome. The next one is spiritual, and my goal there immediately is to meditate daily. For my mental health, what I'd really like to do is develop a balance of all of my coping strategies, and this could take me off into talking about the 3 distinct areas of coping, which just really quickly are avoiding things, dealing with them on a task analysis type basis, or being emotional. So I'd like to kind of balance those things out in the immediate future. For physical / recreational, I'm working on my core. So I've gone surfing with my son a couple times and I'm weak, and I'm going to be teaching wrestling or coaching wrestling coming up this year. I need to develop a stronger core. For immediate goals in the financial area of life is to get my budget really, really locked in and set, because I've been collecting a lot of data, keeping it all reconciled and everything, but now it's time to do some analysis and really get it locked in for this next coming year. And for my vocational goals, immediately I want to make sure I get all of my paperwork done, and I'd like to add in a timely manner, meeting requirements before their deadlines and such. So that's my vocational goals. And then in the civic arena, I would like to go to board meetings and city council meetings so that I can start understanding what all of the people who already go to those meetings are dealing with, because that kind of leads into what I want to do in my visionary goals. And so that is all of the 8 components right now for my immediate goals. I'm gonna try out a little different camera angle now. Whatever, I'm just figuring it out. Okay, so continuing on is, I'm gonna go back to friends now, but now we're talking about attainable goals, things that I think that I can probably accomplish pretty soon. And in terms of friends, I think that I've got some ideas about businesses, and I've been having them for a while. It kind of relates directly to the classroom, but my goal is to develop some business interests and probably some relationships there. For my family, one of my attainable goals here is that I think that I can give them some pretty good guidance coming up. My son is going to be 18, my daughter's going to be 16 pretty soon. And I really think about providing guidance there, and then also communicating a lot with my wife to make sure that we're on the same page with a lot of things, so that we can work together on that and just kind of improve that relationship. So then going on to the next one, the spiritual aspect, I'd like to have really good self-awareness and kind of know myself and my thoughts a little bit more. I think that meditation will help with that, and yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I think that's a good goal, is to develop some self-awareness. For my mental health, attaining the goals that I want to do For mental health, taking care of my business when it's small, not letting things slide, and just taking care of them when they need to be taken care of, probably even before they need to be taken care of, so that I have time to really consider all of the different options for any decisions that need to be made and that kind of thing. So taking care of business when it's small. Another attainable goal for the recreational physical is to get in really good shape. I said before, I want a strong core. I need good cardio too. So I've got to start getting in shape. For financial, I need to get out of debt. And I know that it's going to take me a long time, student loans and such. However, I think that getting my budget really set and making getting out of debt a huge priority, then that's going to help me attain my long-term financial goals. For my vocational goals that are attainable, I'm going to set up an awesome system this year to be able to crush all of my paperwork. I know that I can get it done, especially if I'm taking care of business when it's small and not avoiding things, but dealing with them on a task analysis basis, unemotional, just getting stuff done. I'm going to set up a really good system. With technology now, I don't feel like there's any excuse to not have that stuff get all finished up. And the last one for civic is to start developing connections with people in civic arenas. I'm just going to have to learn how to talk with people, network, figure out what they're dealing with, see if I can provide some value, and learn about the world, really. Okay, last round of goals here. We're talking about visionary things, looking off to the future here. So in terms of friends, I would love to be able to go places with friends, like going on vacation somewhere with a family. We haven't done that in years. With my regular family, my close-knit son, daughter, wife, I want to make sure that I am emotionally stable. I want to be there for them, really just be basically just kind of be the man that I feel like I'm supposed to be, and challenge myself to do that. And it kind of has to do with a lot of the other stuff that I'm talking about. But anyway, I wrote that I want to become the stable rock that they can all turn to. Sounds kind of cheesy, but hey, I wrote it down, so I got to read it here. For my spiritual goals, I want to be fearless and wise. And I always feel like whenever I put something out there like that, I want to be fearless, that means that I'm going to be getting challenges that are going to challenge my courage. And if I ask for wisdom, then I'm going to be faced with situations that are going to require wisdom. So I'm a little afraid to be saying those things, but I'm afraid to say that I want to be fearless. I don't know how to reconcile that. I'll just move on to the next one. My mental health, visionary goals. I want to be able to handle large and complex tasks. There's so much more responsibility I feel like that I could handle, especially if I have all of this other stuff really kind of taken care of, or at least in my vision. So be able to handle large and complex tasks. Next, physical and recreational, visionary goals. In the future, I want to be a really good wrestling coach, and I want to be really fit, and I want to make sure that I can, help coach the next generation of kids along. I was never a great wrestler. I did it a little bit in junior high and the beginning of high school, and I had the opportunity to help coach last year, and it was a fine beginning, and I would just like to keep taking that to whatever the next level is. For financial, I want to make sure that I'm self-sustaining and I can save as much as possible for the things that are coming up in our future. In my vocational arena, I want to make sure that, as a visionary goal, I kind of want to be a leader on campus. There are some, I guess you could call them innovative ideas that I want to have, and I'm looking to kind of overcome some of the fears that I have so that I can pursue those things. And then in the civic arena, for my visionary goals is to have input and say in the decisions being made in civic arenas. I think I've said civic arenas many times. Apparently, I don't even really know exactly what that means according to the words that I'm using, but I think that all of this means that I need to get more involved, and I need to speak up a little more and really formulate what my own opinions are and my own ideas are about things. So I used all of these things that I just went through, all these personal goals, to develop my mission statement for this next year. And it means a lot to me to have a mission statement because it kind of crystallizes all of the ideas that I have so that I can put something up in my classroom that kind of gives me my guiding principle in a way. I've had them in the past before. It was talking about good stewardship with gifts and all of that kind of stuff. And it's kind of simple right now. I think that listening to Gary Vaynerchuk and a lot of his content and this whole thing with positivity that he talks about, make positivity louder, has had a big influence. But what I want to do for my home and my school, in my classroom in particular, is to create an environment of positivity, courage, and hope. And so I'll be doing that through the classroom content that I teach, through my daily interactions, through my daily vlog, and also with my Healthy Self podcast that I'm doing. So I'm kind of excited about it, trying to put together this whole like branding type idea. And that's just kind of where I'm at right now. So just finished summer school. I have 3 weeks off before school starts, but I do have only about 2 weeks. The last week I'll be back in the classroom getting things ready. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, that's good enough for today's vlog. And I guess I'll publish that and we'll see what happens next.